Hey, okay, okay, hey, hey, okay, okay. Are you ready for action? Giggling as she laughing as Stevie pursue her passion, trailblazing to satisfaction. Just Stevie is everlasting. Her drive, no one could match it. We knew that Stevie could make it. On top of she always saying these words to encourage you. Stick around, she'll empower you. Turn a negative positive. And she just keeping it real. She doing it from the heart. Motivation was a start. If Stevie say you can make it, it's a bet that you will. It's just Stevie, just Stevie, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills.
It is awesome when you surround yourself with quality people. You know, sometimes in life people think about quantity. I am not a quantity type of chick. I think about quality. Why? Because quality is indeed that thing that you need. It doesn't matter. You can have a million, trillion, billion people. I know that's not a real number, but that's how I count. You can have all those people, but if they're not quality people, then what are they doing? What are they doing? It's only so many seats in first class, and that's how I roll. So you want to have quality people inside of your life. You want to have people who are going to take you and you take them to the next level of greatness. And it's amazing to be on that journey with people. And that's why we love doing the Just Stevie show, because it's not just Stevie who makes Stevie great. It's all kinds of people who makes me great. But when you are just yourself, I can be just myself. And we don't need to imitate each other. Why? Because I don't want to be you and you don't want to be me. We only need to have one of us. So yes, I'm excited about this show today. We have a dynamic guest who will be with us in just a few moments. You'll get to hear about her. And you know I got to introduce you to that word of the day. So I'll see you back on the other side of this commercial break. Talk to you soon.
Just Stevie, just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
It's all in me, yeah. I can be every woman with Brie and B, fashions and accessories.
It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Welcome back to Just Stevie. We are so excited that you came back from that commercial break. I know why. It's because y'all having fun. Yes, fun is more than a niche. It's a necessity. And so let me tell you about this Stevie Says we have today. I actually posted on my Facebook and I said, are you tired of being a professional clapper? And what that means is that so many people clap for everybody else, right? We clap this and clap that, and here's a clap, there's a clap, everywhere's a clap, clap. That's great, that's awesome. And it's great to clap for other people, but what happens is that you sometimes don't show your greatness. You sometimes don't show that you are indeed the person who deserves the clap. I want to clap for some of y'all. I want to get up and do a standing ovation for some of y'all. And it is only when you bring your brilliance to the table that we know what it is. Like my book, Cultivating Your It Factor. You've got to understand that your it factor is indeed that God-given gift that only you have. God has given us each a gift. And so there are thousands of talk show hosts. There are thousands of speakers, authors, coaches, whatever else I do. There are thousands upon thousands. But the thing that makes me different is indeed the way that God has put it inside of my heart to do. And so I want to clap for you. I don't want you to be a professional clapper all your life. That is not a goal. It is great to clap for people. Trust me, I clap for everybody. But sometimes you got to own your power. You've got to transform inside of yourself. You've got to go to the next level so that we will see you. You've got to be visible. You've got to be just credible. You've got to be influential. You've got to do these things because the world is waiting on you. The world is waiting on you to showcase that you can indeed do these phenomenal things. So that is the Stevie Says. And you heard me say the word of the day just a few moments ago. The word of the day is transformation. And I believe that transformation is incredibly important in life because you could be one day one way, you can be just like who you woke up to be one day, and then the next day, guess what? Something has happened with this transformation. Something has happened that has shown you that you've got to take it to the next level. I've been through a transformation myself. I used to be what some people call a corporate climber. Now I am a full-time entrepreneur. But I had to go through that transformation. Sometimes transformations are not always pretty pictures. I was in a place where I had shingles. I went from a size 14 to a size 0. I had to have 3 colonoscopies within 30 days, 2 within 24 hours. It was crazy. I was looking real sick, but it was not like something that I could control. It was a transformation. But when I got up out of my sick bed, when I got up to live my purpose, then so many amazing things happened, like becoming an international best-selling author, having a radio show, having a television show, having the opportunity to speak on stages all around the world, virtual and in person. These things happened after that transformation, and you've got to be clear on your purpose and your power. You've got to understand who you are and why you are, and with that is some amazing things that can occur. So I am excited that you get to see this amazing bio of this lady who represents the word transformation. I cannot wait for y'all to hear her story. I heard it and it was so powerfully passionate. It was so amazing. So we will be back with the amazing guest in just a few moments. See you on the other side of her bio.
It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Don't bother me, I'm working. 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 Don't work it. Work it.
I matter because I have a voice that can travel to the people that don't think they matter. Tell them why they do matter. That there's something bigger out here, that we are fighting for change, you feel me? Everything going on here, we can do something about. If you don't like it, you can change it. And that's why I matter and we all matter.
It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Hi, I'm Misty Gregg, owner of the Sage Soapbox. The Sage Soapbox is a health education business that I started in 2004 after transforming my own health. I had a number of health issues that prevented me actually from being able to be active, and I was on lots of medications. And through some changes to my diet and supplementing my diet with great vitamins and things like that, I was able to transform my own health into having a healthier life and a more active life. And so I got on my soapbox about that and decided that I really wanted to help other people with the information that I had and the choices that I'd made that led to a better, healthier life. And so fast forward about 3 years ago, I started riding bikes, and I love helping people that want to ride a bike and they don't know where to start, like just to get started getting outside and riding in a safe environment and things like that. So I created a group, and you can find it on Facebook if you're local to the Roanoke area, and it's called Willie Fun 101. It's a super social bike ride, and I love to take people out on bike rides, and I'm constantly inspired by seeing people transform their lives, whether it be from getting off medications, eating healthier, things like that, or even just having a more active lifestyle. Lots of people start take up running and cycling and things like that, and so I like being a part of that, and I'm inspired by so many people. And if you'd like to share your health story with me, you can find my Facebook page, the Sage Soapbox, and share your health story with me. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.
I told you guys that Misty is so phenomenal. We are excited that she is here. Oh my goodness, welcome Misty.
Thanks for having me, Stevie.
You are so welcome. Oh my goodness. So, we know a little bit of your story through the bio, but I want you to walk us through those things that you, like I just told them, my medical transformation. And I know your transformation goes beyond just physical. It's been a mental change, it's been a spiritual change, it's been all of these things. So walk us through your story.
Okay, it started in 1997. My children were 2 and 4 years old, and I had pain in my arms and stuff that wouldn't go away. So I went to multiple doctors, and nobody really knew what it was back in the day. And now they call it, fibromyalgia. And so I was on. They put me on multiple medications, and I couldn't even carry my children when they were little. I wore braces on both of my arms for 4 years, and like I said, took a variety of medicines and things like that. And it wasn't until I met a lady that taught me about nutrition and eating a plant-based diet and more healthy foods and things like that. And by changing some of my foods, I actually ended up not needing the braces. So the inflammation went away and things like that. But I still was on a couple of different medications that I wanted to try to get off of and stuff like that. Fast forward, in 2004, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and I had a craniotomy, and in order to have the surgery, I went off of all the medication. And when, after the surgery, my husband said, why don't you try to see if there are other things that you can do? So I really started my own research on how I could get healthier and not take any kind of medicine. And I learned a lot about how food helps the body. I have a program that I call You Really Are What You Eat, and I found out that food made a huge difference in my life, what I fueled my body with. And so at that point, I really got on my soapbox and decided that if these things made such a big transformation in my life, that I wanted to help other people do that. And so it's been all these years that I've learned more and more on my own and through people that are like-minded about health issues and how to eat to be healthier.
Yes, and the transformation is all over your face. I love just being in your presence because you're so bright and bubbly and just a beautiful spot in this world, and I appreciate that. And I think that sometimes people who've not been through something physical, they can't really get the grasp of what it means to go through that. Some days you don't know when it's going to stop, when the pain's going to stop. And I think it's incredible because I know when I was going through my process of being ill, I was on Amazon trying to find everything. I was like, what is this? I was taking all kinds of stuff, and it was a lot of natural things. So what have you found to be some of the foods that are best for different things in your research?
Plant-based things for sure. I do still eat, meat and things like that. I'm not a teetotaler on anything, but I've found that if I start my day with a plant-based diet, specifically a protein shake or something like that that's plant-based, those foods are, they don't cause inflammation. They're anti-inflammatory, and so I get really good results from those. I like to eat a raw diet as much as I can, but I do cook vegetables and things like that. It's important. I've found that the Environmental Working Group has what they call the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, and so there's some fruits and vegetables that are really important to buy organic just because of the sheer number of pesticides and things that they use. And so a combination of all of those things, but trying to eat more alkaline and plant-based.
Awesome, awesome. And tell us about the Sage Soapbox. Like, who is it for? What do you do? Tell us about that business.
The Sage Soapbox is a health education business, and it's for anybody that wants to try to create a healthier life for themselves. And some of the programs are, we talk about cleaning products and how a lot of chemicals in cleaning products could actually be harmful. There are things that you can't see that can hurt you. And so there are lots of things that you could do even with cleaning the mirrors and things. You could just use water. Mm-hmm. We don't really have to buy a product. And so it was really important for me to share some of those things as I learned them. So the Sage Soapbox has programs that help people from pregnant moms through weekend warriors, older athletes like me.
Yes, and I love the fact that you brought up this athlete thing. Girl, you, honey, she does some amazing stuff on that bicycle. Tell us about that and how you started getting into that.
Well, I really had a sedentary life when my kids were older, and my husband was real active riding bikes, and so he bought me a bike as a surprise. And in the last probably 3 years, I've just gained some self-confidence and self-esteem just by riding the bike, and joined some different clubs and stuff like that. And I think one thing that I did learn through some of my research is that when you exercise and you oxygenate the cells, unhealthy cells don't like that a lot. So it's really great just for people to move and be active. And I think that's been another really transformative thing in my life after my kids grew up.
Yes, and let's talk about that a little bit more, because you don't just ride down the street. You do some amazing things. So tell us some of the cool experiences. I know you do all these different. Y'all know I don't go outside. Let me tell you, I have this thing about outside. So when people do things outside, like Misty does, it really brings the energy to the outside. You're like, I want to do that. That means something. So tell us about the different rides that you go on.
Well, there are rides all over, especially in this beautiful place that we live in, Virginia. I've done a couple of century rides. One was near Richmond, Richmond, Virginia, so it's kind of flat. And then there was one in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, 100 miles, and it was, I think, like 8,000 feet of elevation. Wow. And so you get to see all of these beautiful places. There are places around this area that I've never been to, and just spend some time sort of taking it all in. So.
Wow, I love it. I love it. And so you get excited when you talk about the riding. What do you think is what do you feel on the bike? Do you feel freedom? Do you feel joy? What are some of those emotions?
Actually, I do feel free. And I don't know, it's one of those things we ride road bikes, so our feet are actually clipped into the pedals and stuff like that. A lot of that was a big learning curve for me. So I feel like as an older person starting to do that, I'm really proud of myself that I actually didn't let fear stop me, because a lot of times I did. And so just the fact that I was willing to take a chance and I really enjoyed.
Let's talk about that, because some people are scared to even take a chance. And I love it. I love it. And for anybody who wants to know, the definition of entrepreneur is risk taker. And so with that, you got to take a chance. You got to take a chance. And Steve Harvey, I love Steve Harvey. He has a book called Jump. And so we're not promoting that, but but it does definitely have jump. And when you say take a chance, what do you think is the biggest holdback for people when they take a chance? Even getting on a bike to ride. Even if you think about the fact, most people, I don't even know how to ride a bike. Maybe that's why I don't ride. But most people getting on bikes, they have the training wheels, then you let those go. Then you have the next step, then you let those go. So what is what would you say is the biggest thing holding people back from being risk takers?
I do think that people are fearful of the unknown, and I started this little bike ride, and it's called Willie Fun 101 because a lot of people my age would say, I'd love to ride a bike, but I can't do what you do. And that was where I decided that we can start at the beginning, like on the Greenway. And so a group of ladies and I'd just go on a really short ride, and one of us would make muffins and have water and cookies or muffins or something like that, and just had it be totally social. And I got to see other people transform as a result, to see that once they gained some confidence, then they started doing it. And some people don't have a bike, and they'd rent a bike, and then they'd buy one of their own and go on group rides and things like that. So, but for me, I think at the beginning, I was self-conscious. I didn't want to wear the bike shorts, and I mean, truth be told. And so after my husband bought me the bike, part of the program was that I'd take the bike in to get fitted. And so the lady that was going to fit me said, you know, you've got to go and put the bike shorts on so that I can make sure you do it, you know, are fitted well. And so I went out to my car, and I thought, I have to make a decision right now. Either I just go home and I'm never going to do this thing, or even humiliated in those bike shorts, I got to go back in there. And I just made that decision that I was going to do it because it was something I wanted to try, and I wasn't going to be afraid anymore. And 54, I bet I was like 52 years old before I ever took a chance like that.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I always call it experiences. So we talk about getting over it and going on, because everybody's had an it experience, no matter what it is. And I love the fact that you were like, I'm going to do this, you know, and it comes to that moment where you're like, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to show up, this is what I'm doing now, like right now. Like, I'm not going home. I'm doing it right now. And so let's talk a little bit about the backstory. Like, why do you think it personally took you so long to really take a leap and take a chance? Because I feel like when I look at you, I always think that you're like, I feel like she can do anything, like Wonder Woman, really, because she just has that vivacious spirit and everything. I know her, but I know y'all are feeling it. Y'all are feeling it. So what do you think took a little bit longer for you to say, just in life, to say that you're going to be doing it? What was your holdback?
I mean, really, my self-esteem was so low, and so even being a happy person or whatever, I didn't really have faith in me. And so by get emotional thinking about that, but I think a lot of people feel like I do, that they might be outwardly happy on the outside, but really not feel that great about themselves, or that they can do it. And so just giving myself permission to be okay with me, I think, is the thing that helped a lot. And I don't know where I got to that point. I think I just missed out on opportunities in my life because I held me back. And so once I gave myself permission to be kind to me and give me a little self-esteem.
I think that's incredible, because, and I thank you for sharing that. I think that sometimes people look at the outside shells of us, whoever, you, me, whoever looks a certain way, whoever accomplished certain things. They look at the outside shell of us, and they don't understand that we're just trying to figure it out too. We're just trying to figure it out too. And so I think that you really just blessed a lot of people who, you know, they don't know that you can indeed take some power inside yourself, because we all have power. We do. It's not as prevalent in some people. It's not as seen as some people, because they're not allowing us to see it. And so if you would have stayed stuck in that moment, and it's amazing how God just brings certain things into our lives. Like, what if your husband never gave you that bite? You know, like, that was the turning point. And I think we all have a turning point. So yes, it's amazing. And I think that it's brilliant. And I do know some more of her backstory. Y'all, she's coming out with a book. I'm proclaiming it. It's coming, because y'all need to know some of this story. I think it's important because, you know, during childhood, some of the things that happen in your life, and during, you know, some of the places that you've been, like you are a warrior. If you want to talk a little bit about that, like somebody, I always believe that somebody's at home who may be looking at this at 3 o'clock in the morning and really understanding that they see you, and we have that one shot. So what would you say to that person?
I'd say you can be anything you want to be, and you have the power. Like, don't give your power away. What you were talking about, I think I gave my power away for so many years to so many people, and just take your power and claim it. And I do believe that there are good things, that are great things that each of us are supposed to do. And so I guess too, find in your tribe people that are going to uplift you and support you, and I think that makes all the difference in the world. And if those aren't the current people in your life, then step out of that just a little bit, and you can find the other ones. And once you find those, then the other people that might not be a fit or might not be your balcony people saying, come on, you can come on up
balcony
here,
people, yes.
then sometimes the basement people that are dragging you down, holding on to your ankles, they just go away. And so I'd say just give yourself the permission to have the courage to go out and try something that you want to, how big or small.
Yes. Now, I don't know if Misty found balcony and basement inside cultivating your it factor, but it is in there.
Yes. I have my coffee.
Yes, ma'am, you do. Y'all gotta get yours. But I am just so thankful that you are here. You spent some time with us today on the Just Stevie Show. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your wisdom. I might see her on one of those bike trails one day. We're gonna see. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Stevie. I appreciate it.
Yay. So we'll be right back after another word from our sponsors.
It's all in me. Yeah, I can be every woman with brie and B, fashions and accessories.
All right, you guys, wasn't that such a phenomenal time spent with Miss Misty Gregg? Oh my gosh, I love her. She is such an amazing person. Can you imagine having to go through life without an understanding of how powerful you are? But honey, when that transformation came down, when she hit that, when she got in her zone and got on that bike, baby, the whole world changed. And she is doing some phenomenal things. I cannot believe that she has utilized the power of food to transform her life. She told us about the plant-based things that she eats. She told us about just feeling free on that bike. And I understand what it means to feel free. I understand what it means to have your power, your purpose, everything in you, being seen, being known. I understand because I've been there. And she was such a dynamic soul to be here today to represent the word of transformation. Transformation is indeed an incredible thing. It is indeed what it takes for you to go to your next level of greatness. You may have come into this world one way, you may have gone through your adult life one way, but when you understand the power and the vision and the mission for your life, not for your business, not for your job, but for your life. My mission in life is to empower, inspire, educate, and motivate women by equipping them with the tools to succeed, rock their it factors, and love their lives. That is about my life. So when I lay my head down to die, because I'm going to die in my sleep. I'm dying peacefully, y'all. When I lay my head down to die, it is going to be such a phenomenal day because I'm ready for God to say, thy good and faithful servant. Yes, yes, come through, Jesus. So I cannot wait to see you all on the next show. It's going to be such a powerful, just time. We have fun here, right? We have fun. So, make it a great day. Don't have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, y'all over there too, have the power to do so. Bye for now.
Her drive, no one could match it. We knew that Stevie could make it. On top of she always saying these words to encourage you. Stick around, she'll empower you, turning negative positive. And she just keeping it real. She doing it from the heart. Motivation was a start. If Stevie say you can make it, it's a bet that you will. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills.